Hello, I'm Andy Davis, Director of Training at BoardSource.
And I'm Jennifer Holland, Director of Consulting.
Welcome to Making the Match, a webinar designed to help you find and prepare for board opportunities. Here at BoardSource, our goal is for every nonprofit to have the highest functioning board possible. This can't happen without great board members. We believe that a strong understanding of why you want to serve and how your talents will be utilized are key to a great board experience. That's why, in cooperation with the Deerbrook Charitable Trust, we've created the Board Recruitment Center and this webinar.
If you are looking for your first board service opportunity or your 50th, the first thing you need to know is that board service is hard work and the demands and the challenges change within every organization. Over the next few minutes, we will discuss the basics from what is board service to figuring out how your board service can make a difference, and finally, a discussion on the innovative ways that companies like LinkedIn are helping you match your unique skills with the right nonprofit.
The 1.5 million tax-exempt nonprofit organizations in the United States span a wide spectrum of mission areas, resources, values, history, and stakeholders. They don't necessarily look much like one another. For instance, a 200-year-old university with a budget in the hundreds of millions of dollars is a very different creature from a newly established local alternative school. However, despite their differences, all nonprofit organizations share similar demands and challenges and need a talented, diverse group of individuals to lead and guide organizations to relevance and the fulfillment of their mission. So, what is board service? Well, first, all nonprofit organizations need a board. When an organization is incorporated, the state in which the incorporation takes place assigns responsibilities for the organization's affairs to a governing board. This means that the state grants to the board the legal authority to establish policies designed to shape the life and work of the organization and that board. Working in partnership with the chief executive, these two ultimately are accountable to the state for carrying out these responsibilities. The board's role is not limited to control and supervision. A board is made up of individuals who, at one time or another, become worker bees and assist the organization in getting its work done. They wear various hats depending on the need of the moment. Although the specific responsibilities may vary due to mission and focus in different phases of an organization's existence, the basic role and purpose of all nonprofit boards remains the same: to provide legal, ethical, and practical oversight to the organizations. Let's look at ethical reasons first. One of the key ethical reasons to build a board is to create a structure that functions to assure the public and all individual stakeholders that the organization is in good hands. The board assumes the responsibility for the achievements or lack thereof within the organization. Its role in this capacity is to go beyond the legal requirements and ensure that the organization not only does things right, but does things the right way. Next, let's look at legal and practical reasons. First, legal. State laws are explicit to indicate that nonprofit corporations need a board to assume the fiduciary role for the organization's well-being. These laws designate overall responsibility and liability to that board. In addition to the board's responsibilities as a governing body, individual board members are bound by their legal obligations, the duties of care, loyalty, and obedience. As part of case law, these duties serve in the courts as the test for compliance if a board member's performance or decisions ever become a legal issue. So this leaves us with the practical reasons you need a board. At the end of the day, the board represents the stakeholders for the organization. A board that is familiar with the constituency and its needs is better able to steer the organization in a direction that is helpful to those it serves. If its composition reflects that of the constituency, this becomes an easier task for the board to accomplish. As a detached body from the daily affairs, the board is able to differentiate the trees from the forest, to look at the organization as part of its larger sphere and not just as an office that carries out the strategic plan. The perspectives that board members bring to the boardroom complement those of the chief executive.
Now that we have discussed the reasons that nonprofits need a board, why would you want to serve on one? People have countless reasons for wanting to become board members. Some are focused on giving. Others want to receive something in return, and still others want to do both. Some motivations are highly personal, even emotional, while some are purely rational. Sometimes people make the decision independently after looking for a board position, and sometimes the organization actively recruits them. Most individuals have well-informed, honorable intentions. With guidance, they have the potential to create near-perfect board experiences. Serving on the board of a nonprofit organization involves serious obligations but also potentially significant personal satisfactions. On the one hand, it demands time, attention, and teamwork. On the other hand, it provides opportunities to contribute time and talent to a meaningful cause. The most common reason people join boards is probably because they want a sense of giving back. Many people view board service as a rewarding way to share their skill sets and talents with nonprofits that serve a particular mission that they feel passionately about. You might follow or contribute to a charity that serves local residents in your community, or maybe you have a cause that is close to your heart. Your help and guidance will only help that charity or foundation raise further funds towards your favorite causes. You have a specific cause that is important to you, and you want to be active in supporting it. Next, service on a board of directors can provide and fine-tune invaluable professional development skills that can advance your professional career, such as public speaking, networking, and leadership experience. It also provides exposure to other disciplines that you may not encounter in your day job, such as financial reporting, strategic planning, or market analyses, to name a few. Now that we have discussed what a board is and why you may want to join one in your community, let's discuss in more detail how you would go about finding an organization and board that you are interested in and one that needs the unique skills and experience that you can provide.
Recognizing that boards and candidates may need help finding one another, BoardSource developed its Board Recruitment Center, an online portal to help you locate the perfect board opportunity. This tool is a one-stop shop for those seeking to fill and those seeking to occupy open board positions. For those looking to serve on a board, the Recruitment Center offers a roadmap to help you find the information and resources you need to decide if board service is right for you, and if so, to start on the right foot. Whether your interest in serving on a nonprofit board is personal, professional, or a combination of the two, the Board Recruitment Center has the tools you need to locate the best possible match for your interest, skills, and experience. To get to the Board Recruitment Center, go to www.boardsource.org and click on the Leadership Initiative tab on the far right-hand side of the navigation bar at the top of your screen. From there, you'll have the option to click on the Board Recruitment Center. Just some of the tools the center includes for board candidates include free downloadable PDF publications about board service, sample questions that you can ask of prospective nonprofit placements, and links to nationwide websites that help you search for the nonprofit organizations that are actively seeking board members in your area. Let's look at a few of those now.
The BoardSource Board Recruitment Center links you to 3 national websites that help board service seekers locate open board positions, all in one place. In addition to these national resources, you may also want to look into any local board matching programs that may exist in your area. Often, your state nonprofit association can help you to locate these programs. LinkedIn, Bridgespan, and BoardNet USA have each assembled online search programs to help you identify nonprofits that are searching for board candidates in your area. While each of these programs functions slightly differently, what they all have in common is that these databases can be accessed for free and they are searchable, often by geographic location or mission area. A word about terminology. Some of these sites might refer to open board positions as unpaid or volunteer jobs. These are important search terms for you to keep in mind as you are exploring the sites. It is also important to recall that while each of these websites provide an informational service in hosting position information, it is ultimately the nonprofit leaders themselves that draft their position listings and are responsible for their own board recruitment process. You are encouraged to spend some time on each of these sites to get familiar with them and see which one best suits your needs. When you are ready to find an open board position, it will be helpful for you to go into the process with a series of questions to help you evaluate various listings and see which opportunity or opportunities you might like to pursue. Let's look at some examples of open positions now.
As you heard earlier, serving on a nonprofit board is an important volunteer job, one that carries a lot of responsibility with it. Searching for an open board position is not unlike searching for a paid job within your career field. It is just as important that you have vetted and feel comfortable with the nonprofit as it is that the nonprofit feels comfortable with you and your prospective contributions during your term. Because of this, it is well worth your while to put in the time to set up yourself with a list of questions to ask the nonprofit throughout the recruitment process. Think of this as an ongoing conversation. As with any conversation of this sort, there are some questions that are more appropriate to consider upfront and others that will be more germane as you get further into the recruitment process, such as during an in-person interview if the nonprofit has established that practice. During the opportunity seeking stage, when you are reviewing postings, you will want to begin with asking yourself basic information about how the nonprofit has articulated the posting about an open board seat. In reviewing each posting, you might ask yourself the following questions. What is the board's role in fundraising at this organization? Will I be expected to make a personal contribution? What time commitments are expected for board members for such things as board meetings, committee work, or annual and regular events? What does the new board member onboarding process look like? Who or what group within the organization is responsible for orienting new board members? The sample board member posting to the right addresses each of these questions in at least an introductory way.
Once you have identified one or more board positions that interest you, it is time to move forward with the recruitment process. Each organization handles its board recruitment a little differently, but in general, there are 3 basic steps to the recruitment process. First, express interest. The posted board position should be explicit in terms of who you should reach out to in order to express your interest. If this is not clear from the posting, ask yourself whether or not this may be a yellow flag. Remember, this is the nonprofit organization's opportunity to put their best foot forward too. Next, interview. The interview is the most critical step in the recruiting process. This is the opportunity for you to understand what is expected of you as a board member, and for the board to understand how your skills, talents, experiences, and perspectives will enhance the board's ability to advance the mission of the organization. For the interview, you should be prepared to answer such questions as, why do you want to join this board? How could you serve as a link between the organization, the community, and/or potential supporters? Even more important, you should leave these conversations with a firm understanding of what is expected of you as a board member. BoardSource has prepared a thorough list of questions for you to use throughout the recruitment process. You can access it in the free Community Resources section of our Learning Center and store. After you've spoken with the organization, you should step back and evaluate the fit. Only you can determine if a board service opportunity is the right one for you. As you consider a specific board opportunity, you may want to ask yourself, am I excited about this organization and the work that it does? Is this a cause or mission that I want to dedicate my time, energy, and money to support and lead? Do I feel comfortable with the overall health of the organization? Do I know what the challenges and opportunities are? And am I comfortable with the level of risk that I will be assuming as part of my legal responsibility as a board member? Do I like and trust the people who are affiliated with the organization? Do I want to spend time working with these people? Do I think I can work well with them and be a positive part of the board's culture? Finally, the most important thing you can do to help any organization is to be an exceptional board member. Once you find the right board opportunity, it's time to make sure you have the governance knowledge you need to succeed in your role.
We hope that this brief introduction has answered some of your questions about board service and inspired you to begin your search. We also hope that you will continue to reach out to BoardSource throughout your board service journey. For additional tools, research, and support, please visit our site at boardsource.org.